Voyeurs, stories of a giant unidentified crayfish inhabiting Lake Mashu in Hokkaido, Japan, have captured the imaginations of locals and cryptid enthusiasts alike. Lake Mashu, known to the Ainu people as Kamuitu, or the Lake of the Gods, is a remote, clear caldera lake formed about 11,000 years ago. Its isolation and surrounding high cliffs make it an enigmatic location. The lake's pristine waters, often shrouded in fog, have given rise to a number of reports, starting in the 1970s, of unusually large crayfish that far exceed the sizes of known species in Japan. Among these sightings, several accounts stand out. In 1978 and again in 1985, local poachers claimed to have caught enormous crayfish, some measuring close to 2 feet in length. These sightings were never officially confirmed, as the crayfish were reportedly caught during illegal fishing operations. However, another account came from a researcher conducting a survey of crayfish in Lake Mashu. He described capturing a male specimen with a carapace length of 47 centimeters, 18.5 inches, not including the full body length, which would have made the crayfish much longer. Further reports describe sightings of crayfish crawling along the lake bed, with some fishermen estimating the creatures to be as large as 3 feet long. These reports suggest the presence of a species far larger than Japan's native crayfish, Cambaroides japonicus, which typically only grow to about 4 to 7 centimeters, or 2 to 3 inches in total length. Two other species of crayfish are known to inhabit Japan, both introduced: the Louisiana crayfish, Procambarus clarkai, and the signal crayfish, Pachyphastacus leniosculus. The Louisiana crayfish reaches a maximum size of about 12 centimeters, 4.7 inches, and the signal crayfish, which was introduced to Lake Mashu from Oregon in the 1930s, can grow up to 15 centimeters, 5.9 inches. However, neither of these species come close to the sizes described in the sightings. In 1992, a study on the crayfish in Lake Mashu yielded no specimen larger than 5.7 centimeters, casting doubt on the existence of the massive crayfish. Still, questions remain about what the locals may have encountered. One theory suggests that other exotic species could be behind the sightings. The Tasmanian giant freshwater crayfish is the largest crayfish species in the world, growing up to 80 centimeters in length and weighing up to 6 kilograms. Another large species, the Murray crayfish, reaches sizes of up to 30 centimeters and weighs up to 2 kilograms. Both species are native to Australia, protected by law, and banned in Japan, making their presence in Lake Mashu unlikely. Despite the lack of definitive evidence, the legend of the giant crayfish of Lake Mashu persists, leaving both skeptics and believers wondering what may be lurking in the depths of this remote and mysterious lake. The clear, isolated waters of Lake Mashu continue to inspire curiosity, and while it's possible that natural phenomena or misidentifications are at the heart of the sightings, the mystery of the giant crayfish remains unresolved. In the vast icy expanse of the Arctic, where the frozen tundra stretches endlessly and the harsh winds cut through the silence, there exists a creature known in Inuit mythology as the Ijiraq. This elusive being has been the subject of countless stories passed down through generations. But unlike many mythical creatures, the Ijiraq has been tied to real, reported sightings by the Inuit people. These accounts give the Ijiraq a mysterious and terrifying presence in both the physical and spiritual realms of the Arctic. The Ijiraq is often described as a shapeshifter, a creature capable of blending into its surroundings and taking on different forms to deceive and confuse those who encounter it. According to the Inuit, the Ijiraq can appear as an animal, a human, or even something in between. It is said to be incredibly fast, vanishing in the blink of an eye, leaving only a lingering sense of dread. When seen, the Ijiraq often takes on distorted, unnatural shapes, humanoid figures with exaggerated features or animal forms that seem slightly off, like a wolf with 2 long legs or a caribou with strange twisted antlers. The most terrifying aspect of the Ijiraq, however, is its ability to disorient those who come too close. Many Inuit describe the Ijiraq as a kidnapper of sorts, a being that lures unsuspecting people away from their path and leaves them hopelessly lost in the wilderness. It is said that the Ijiraq will lead a person deep into the tundra, where the landscape is featureless and desolate, causing them to lose their bearings and wander aimlessly. This often ends in tragedy, with the victim succumbing to the cold, never to be seen again. One of the most famous sightings of the Ijiraq comes from an Inuit hunter in the 1940s. The hunter, experienced and knowledgeable about the land, was tracking a herd of caribou when he noticed something strange. Among the animals, he spotted one that seemed different, a caribou that didn't quite move like the others. It was larger, with an odd gait, and its eyes appeared almost human. Intrigued, the hunter followed it, believing it to be an unusual animal. But as he approached, the caribou seemed to disappear into the landscape, vanishing without a trace. The hunter soon realized he was lost. Though he was familiar with the area, every direction seemed the same, and no landmarks could guide him back. After wandering for hours, he finally stumbled upon his camp, shaken by the encounter and convinced that he had seen the Ijiraq. Another account from the 1960s tells of a group of children who were playing near the edge of their village when they noticed a figure standing on a distant hill. At first, they thought it was one of the village elders, but as they watched, the figure began to change shape. It shifted into something resembling a large bird before suddenly disappearing. The children ran back to the village and told the adults, who believed they had encountered the Ijiraq. The elders warned the children to stay close to home, reminding them that the Ijiraq could easily lure them away. Though sightings of the Ijiraq have become less frequent in modern times, the stories remain a powerful part of Inuit culture. Elders still tell of the dangers of wandering too far alone, of the importance of staying connected to the land and to each other. The Ijiraq serves as a reminder of the harsh and unforgiving nature of the Arctic environment, a force that is both physical and psychological, capable of deceiving even the most experienced hunters and travelers. Whatever the truth may be, the Ijiraq remains a powerful and haunting figure in the Arctic imagination, whether as a supernatural being, a symbol of the wilderness's dangers, or a cryptid yet to be discovered. The Ijiraq continues to captivate those who hear its story, a reminder that the frozen expanses of the north still hold mysteries yet to be solved.